Before Rosa Parks, there was a 15-year-old girl who did the exact same thing and got erased for it. Her name is Claudette Colvin, and when she refused to give up her seat on that Montgomery bus, she wasn't thinking about cameras or movements. She was thinking about the Constitution that she had just learned about in school. And that's what made her dangerous. She knew her rights, and she said them out loud. It was March 2nd, 1955. Claudette was on her way home from high school. She was sitting in the black section when the bus driver told her to move for a white passenger, and she said no. And when the police came, she told them straight up, "It is my constitutional right." They dragged her off that bus, arrested her, and booked her like a criminal. 9 months before Rosa Parks did the same thing. But you don't see Claudette in the textbooks, right? Because the people leading the movement decided that she wasn't the image they wanted to portray. She was poor, she was dark-skinned, she was emotional. And later, when she got pregnant, they said she'd hurt the cause. So they buried her story. This is what a lot of people don't understand, is that the civil rights movement was very strategic. They needed somebody who looked respectable, somebody who white America wouldn't immediately demonize. And Rosa Parks fit that image perfectly. She worked for the NAACP, she was known in the community, and she looked like a woman that you could sympathize with on the evening news. Now, none of this takes away from Rosa Parks' courage, but it does show you how even our revolutions were edited for public comfort. Because Claudette Colvin wasn't polished, she was raw. She was real. And sometimes America can only stomach black resistance if it's quiet. But here's what's wild. Because Claudette didn't disappear after her arrest, she became one of the plaintiffs in Browder v. Gale, the federal case that actually ended bus segregation in Montgomery. Her name, along with 3 other women, is literally written into the legal decision that changed history. But because she didn't fit the image, she never became the face. She carried the fight, but the world carried Rosa's picture. Claudette eventually moved to New York. She worked quietly as a nurse's aide for decades. No interviews, no awards, no fanfare. And when she finally spoke out years later, she said it felt like the movement had used her and then threw her away. But she also said history had me glued to that seat, because even as a teenager, she understood that freedom wasn't going to wait for someone to make her ready for it. Claudette Colvin was 15 when she faced down the system. And if that makes you uncomfortable, it should. Because the truth is, the revolution never starts with what's convenient. This one started with a little girl that refused to move. We love to celebrate change once it's polished. But the real work, the real bravery, comes from the people who act before the world decides if they're worth remembering. So don't just say Rosa's name, say Claudette Colvin's too. Because without her, that bus never moved. Say her name, Claudette Colvin.